Who are you? Do I know you? Or why I am your enemy? We've been looking into your phone and we found this video. This is your boy?
They're gonna kill him.
Who?
You tell me.
So they forced you to do this?
They want you and the other cartel heads taken care of.
Are you CIA? MI6? But you came to my home with bad intentions.
The film opens with a poignant scene. A man named Nero is in the kitchen, preparing breakfast for his son, Taylor. As they sit down to eat together, Nero gently asks if Taylor has completed his homework. The silence that follows speaks volumes, revealing a clear misunderstanding between them. Since the death of Taylor's mother just a few months prior, the boy has become increasingly unruly and withdrawn. After breakfast, Taylor gets ready for school. A few hours later, Nero receives an alarming phone call from the school informing him that Taylor has been involved in a fight with other children. Concerned, he quickly requests the contact information of the parents of the affected students so he can extend his apologies. When Taylor returns home that afternoon, Nero attempts to discuss the incident at school with him. However, Taylor repeatedly avoids the conversation, insisting he doesn't want to talk about it. Frustrated, Nero warns him against using violence as a solution. In response, Taylor defends his actions, explaining that he felt compelled to fight because the other boys had insulted his mother and called him an orphan. Hearing this, Nero is struck by guilt for the turmoil his son is experiencing and vows to be a better father. In his room, Taylor immerses himself in martial arts training, practicing movements on his pad. Shortly thereafter, Nero enters and urges him to focus on his homework rather than fighting techniques. Meanwhile, Nero returns to his work as a programmer. He has a background as an intelligence agent and computer expert for the National Intelligence Agency. Suddenly, Nero's life takes a dark turn when he is shot with an anesthetic rifle from a distance and falls unconscious. When he awakens at night, he receives a chilling call from a mysterious man who knows his past, once known as the Killing Machine. This man reveals that he has kidnapped Taylor and sends a video showing the boy held captive in a dimly lit room. The man demands that Nero undertake a dangerous mission if he wants to prevent Taylor from being killed by poison gas. With no choice but to comply, Nero prepares for the task at hand. The mysterious kidnapper has equipped him with weapons, ammunition, and a camera to broadcast Nero's actions live. Additionally, a bulletproof SUV awaits him, complete with GPS coordinates for the mission location. As he races toward this unknown destination, Nero manages to communicate briefly with Taylor, reassuring him that everything will be alright. Upon arriving at a designated hotel, the mysterious man instructs Nero to eliminate two rival drug cartels, Rosa and Garza, who are meeting there. Unbeknownst to Nero, this man is Massimo, the leader of a powerful drug cartel intent on eliminating his rivals to dominate the narcotics trade in Mexico.
And that's the only way you're gonna see your son again alive. Hey. No zippers. I wanna make sure I get to watch the show.
After successfully completing his mission, Nero hastily escapes in his car before law enforcement arrives. However, Massimo is not finished with him yet. He sends new coordinates, demanding that Nero carry out another assassination at a different location. It becomes clear that Massimo is relishing this deadly game he has orchestrated. Meanwhile, Donovan, Massimo's partner and another cartel leader, inquires about the success of their plan. It was Donovan who initially suggested using Nero for these missions. Arriving at the new coordinates, Nero steels himself for another confrontation as he prepares to take on another cartel group led by Eliezer Machado. With determination coursing through him, he sets out to fulfill the grim task ahead. Maizamo, the notorious leader of a powerful drug cartel, had a singular ambition: to eliminate his rivals and establish dominance over the drug network in Mexico. With ruthless efficiency, he dispatched all the cartel members and pressed on toward Machado himself.
You getting this?
The fuck are you?
Shoot that baby on the head.
His voice. You recognize it?
After completing this second mission, Nero seized a moment to request Maizamo allow him to speak with his son, Taylor. During their brief video call, he apologized for placing Taylor in such a perilous situation. In that vulnerable moment, he shared his past as an intelligence agent in a special forces unit, revealing how his involvement with various criminal groups ultimately led to Taylor's mother's death, a tragic consequence of betrayal by his own partner who had exposed his identity to dangerous criminals. Upon hearing this truth, Taylor felt remorse for harboring resentment toward his father without understanding the full story, and their connection was abruptly severed as the video call ended. In the meantime, Maizamo approached Taylor, offering him a sandwich and attempting to engage him in conversation.
My father's gonna kill you.
The following morning, after a long journey, Nero reached the headquarters of another cartel. Back at Maizamo's hideout, Donovan expressed his concerns about Nero's potential to turn against them once his missions were complete. He urged Maizamo to act swiftly and cautiously. However, Maizamo reassured Donovan that they still held leverage over Nero. His son was still a hostage. He believed that Nero would not risk jeopardizing Taylor's life. As tension mounted, Taylor worked desperately to free himself from captivity and eventually succeeded in loosening his bonds. Meanwhile, Maizamo and his men savored the anticipation of watching Nero execute his next grim task. At the same time, Griego, the leader of one of Mexico's largest drug cartels, received alarming reports from his associates about the recent massacre of 3 rival cartels. Sensing impending danger, he ordered his men to prepare for the possibility that their cartel might be next on the list. Back at the hideout, Taylor continued his escape attempts, using a piece of wood to pry open the door while Nero made his way to confront Griego's cartel, unaware of the unfolding events surrounding his son. Nero rushed to carry out an attack, armed with rifles and multiple grenades. In a sudden twist of fate, he was shot by Griego, who callously turned off his camera, severing their connection. As he witnessed Nero fall, Maizamo felt a pang of disappointment. However, he quickly found satisfaction in knowing that 3 rival drug gangs had been eliminated. He ordered his men to finish off Griego's cartel and its members. Unbeknownst to Maizamo, Nero had survived the gunshot and was now being interrogated by Griego and his men. Griego demanded to know who had sent Nero to attack his cartel. With a heavy heart, Nero revealed that he had been coerced into the assault because the caller had kidnapped his son. This revelation struck Griego hard. He realized that the mastermind behind the chaos was Maizamo, the most powerful drug lord in Mexico and his long-standing rival. Recognizing the name, Nero asked Griego where Maizamo was based. Although Griego shared the information, he still intended to kill Nero. Just as he prepared to pull the trigger, chaos erupted as Mizumo's cartel stormed Griego's base, creating a violent distraction. Seizing the opportunity, Nero fought back, racing to Griego's office to grab the laptop and car keys, determined to evade Mizumo's tracking. Meanwhile, Donovan remained uneasy about Taylor's survival. He resolved to eliminate the boy before it was too late. As Donovan and his men opened the garage where Taylor was held captive, they released poisonous gas in a bid to finish him off. Donning gas masks, they opened the door, only to find the place empty. Panic surged through Donovan as he suspected that Nero had already rescued Taylor. At that moment, Nero arrived at Mizumo's hideout, leading to a brutal confrontation involving Donovan's group, Mizumo's men, and himself. In the midst of the chaos, Nero suddenly appeared, leveling a gun at Donovan. It was then revealed that Donovan had once been an intelligence agent and Nero's partner, having betrayed him by killing his wife. Consumed by rage over Donovan's treachery, Nero shot him dead. With the immediate threat neutralized, Nero turned his gun on Mizumo, demanding the release of his son. Mizumo called for Alanza to free Taylor from the secret room. After finally reuniting with his son, Nero made a momentous decision. He would spare Mizumo and Alanza's lives, leaving their stronghold with Taylor in tow. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.